ArchieLuxury, coming to you live from Brisbane. Coming to you live from Brisbane. 5110. Hello, I'm Paul Pluter and welcome to the Paul Pluter channel. Remember, like, subscribe and tell your fuckhead friends about my channel. I need more viewers. Remember, look in the description for 10 ways you can help me stay full-time. Without your support, I won't remain here. I will go out of business. I need monetary support. Now, whether that's sponsoring me on Patreon, or getting a paid review, or buying a coffee cup, look in the description for 10 ways you can help me. And here's one from Worms. This is from Worms. Hey Arch, thanks for the review of my steel stunners and also the advice. Read benefits of having a bloke's own credit card, and also how to stay married forever. I think the flowers go a long way, as does the impression of being honest and respectful all the time. I'm sure men should have been born with 10 ears and one mouth, and no mouth. I just paid you $50 for 2 YouTube videos. And this is the first one. 1A, can you please provide some advice on the best method to sell shitters? Online, what sites, what other outlets? Chrono24 or eBay or Gumtree, etc., etc. What about pawn shops or other outlets, e.g. watch boutiques? So he's asking me, and he then says, as a side note, can you please advise on best method to secure a sale for a luxury timepiece? This is non-shitter. Also, generally, how do you set the price? Do you see the cheapest one that's on the net and set your price lower? Any other tips to ensuring a successful and quick sale? Okie dokie, let's answer this in the first email. So look, you've got a few shitters, and what can you do? Well, I highly recommend Gumtree, Craigslist, and eBay. I mean, I wouldn't be selling high-value pieces on eBay. I'm a little bit scared about the chargeback procedure, and eBay really doesn't give a fuck about the seller. They care about the buyer. So I'm a little bit skeptical, but if you're getting rid of a shitter, it's often not a lot of money. So you want to get rid of this shit as fast as you can. So my advice is, if you've got some shitters, I would try the free. See, in my country, Gumtree is sort of more popular than our Craigslist. So I would be going Gumtree in Australia. But if you're in America, I know a couple of people who sell a lot of shit on Craigslist. So put it out there. I would also, what about, now you're asking me, online. I think online you're going to get the most money if you sell it yourself. When you start going to a middleman, you're going to get fucked over. You're going to get really fucked over. Online, I think, is the way to do it. One of those low-cost options like Gumtree, Craigslist, or eBay. You're also asking me, what about pawn shops? Pawn shops are cunts! Absolute cunts with a capital K. No, I'd be inclined to give the fucking thing away before I sold it to a pawn shop. Pawn shops are nasty. Very, very, very nasty indeed. Just stay away from the pawn shop. They are nasty, troublesome fuckers. Other watch boutiques, look, they're going to slaughter you as well. The honest answer is everyone wants Rolex Steel Sports. They don't want fucking shitters. They don't want fucking shitters. I mean, you take your Squally, your Hanhart, your Steinhardt, you take your fucking shitters to most watch dealers. They don't fucking want them. They don't fucking want them at all. They're going to be a hard sell. These are shitters. My best advice to you would be to try and Gumtree, Craigslist, and eBay. The other thing is that you might try some of these other shitter watch forums. Shitter watch forums, often they have a for sale section. You can put the shitters up there. Can you please advise on the best method to a secure... Okay, now just back the truck up. The other thing here is, what tips would I give? Any tips for ensuring a successful sale? Now, the most important thing is, okay, go and have a look and see what the competition's doing. Good idea. But you don't have to be the absolute cheapest. What I find more beneficial is if you actually present the watch in a great way, meaning nice photography. And, you know, in my case, I know this is a bit messy, but you might have this is a photographic box. And you could also use, this is a light, external light source. If you use a bit of lighting, have a light box with a nice background, you can take a semi-decent photo. Now, a light box itself, a light box like this is very cheap. And you can even use an iPhone or a smartphone to take the photo. You don't have to use an expensive DSLR. You use a light box, have a nice background. My best advice to you is to clean the fucking watch if it's a little bit grubby. Now, if it's not waterproof, don't dip the bastard in water, else you're going to have fucking big trouble. But just a damp cloth, wipe over it. Just, you know, make sure it's set to 1010, make it look nice, presentable. Clean off any crap on it and take a nice photo. That always will give you a very good step forward. So a nice photo of the item you're selling often does wonders. If you've got the box or you've got a receipt, anything you've got extra, photograph it and put it. Often with, I know with Gumtree, you can put up to 10 photos. So, you know, by all means, take a photo of the front, the back, the side, the buckle, paperwork or the box, anything that adds to it. I mean, if it's got your name on the receipt, just you know, spray paint that out with in post edit. You know, when you're editing the photo, just scrimple that out there. You know, all this stuff really helps sell it. So good photos, good description, give you a better type of chance of a sale there. So that's more important. Definitely you got to meet the market. I mean, you bought a shitter, you got to meet the fucking market. Meet the market, fuckers. But I would honestly say to you, the good photography and knowing your product, having the correct title of it, you know, it's like if you were selling this, you wouldn't just say Patek Genève. Well, it's a world time. It's a fucking world time. It's what it is. But if you know what I mean, you want the more description you want to put about it there. So that's a very important thing to do. Now, when it comes to decent watches, a decent watch, what do I recommend? It depends on your pain threshold. I mean, I know people who don't like dealing with punters, okay? And I mean, you get them all the time on Gumtree and Craigslist. You get fucking lowballers, but eventually things do sell. So there is a plus to it as well. But I would seriously say to you, if you've got some decent watches, again, the most important things are, no matter what selling method you're using, Craigslist, eBay, or Gumtree, good photos, good description, and photograph everything that you can to put with it. That really does help. If you've got expensive watches, you want to be careful about fraud and that there. Look, if you've got really good watches, there is an art to it. This is something I can't just empower you to do there. If you've got expensive watches, you want to be very, very careful. There are a lot of fucking nasty cunters there. I mean, I'll be honest with you. When I sold the white gold Patek World Time, I basically say, hey, I need a 10% deposit. I'll travel and deliver it and you give me the balance. If you don't want the watch, I take out my traveling costs and I'll give you the money, whatever's left over. So you've got to be very, very clear. You've got to be very careful. Anything that's really expensive, you've got to be sensible. You know, I think you've got to buy the seller. You know, you sell something expensive, ring him up. If he gives you his phone number, don't just take the PayPal transaction, ring him up. You want to make sure, if you are taking PayPal, which when it gets to expensive things, I don't like taking PayPal, you've got to make sure they're a verified user, because that means their address is checked out. PayPal has run a little bit of a check. Doesn't mean it's completely safe. PayPal can be a cesspot, but if you are, you've got to make sure it's a verified buyer you're dealing with there. Very important indeed. How do I find it? You know, do you find the cheapest one? I mean, it's interesting. You know, I often use Chrono24 as a price guide, and at the moment, you know, I just bought the yellow gold Patek 5110J. So I wanted to do a price point. So I go on, and you can search by price. So it lists the cheapest to the most expensive. And sure enough, the cheapest one is in Russia. And you go into the description, there's no box and papers, and they don't ship watches out of Russia. You have to physically go to fucking Moscow, which is a bitch of a city, an absolute bitch of a city, and do the transaction, which is fucking dangerous. Moscow is not my city. The Russians, you know, I'm just saying to you, you know, I'm not saying that the store was anything dodgy, but you've got to factor that in. So I would ignore the Russian price, because I don't I want to fly to Moscow to sell this thing. And it had no box and papers. So then you look for one that say in, even the Italians, I don't fucking like dealing with the Italians. They can be cunts. English isn't their language, yada, yada, yada. So you go down to where you find a US seller or a UK seller, and then you use that as a pricing guide and check the condition. So that's very, very important. The cheapest, often, you know, you just got to do your research on it. But as far as selling shitters go, get fucking rid of them as fast as you can. Get fucking rid of them. Get them out of your life. They are evil. Shitters are fucking evil. They are fucking nasty, foul fucking pieces of shit. And if you can't sell it, give it to a family friend or a family member or someone, you know, as a prize. Just get these fucking shitters out of your life. The sooner you get rid of these shitters, the happier and more content you will be as a person. So that's my advice. The Pontiff has spoken. ArchieLuxury spoken. Tell me what you lousy, miserable fuckers think of that. And if you're in America, you can always go to Jewelers on Time. They buy watches, good quality watches. They pay fair prices. Kenny's a cool guy. And if you're buying another one, I'm sure he'll do a great deal. ArchieLuxury signing out, fuckers. ArchieLuxury, live from the streets of Brisbane. ArchieLuxury, coming to you live from Brisbane. Coming to you live from Brisbane. 5110.
We specialize here in pre-owned Rolex watches. Rolex watch is a very special timepiece, and we always do the servicing exactly as factory specifications. We buy a pre-owned piece and we put it into brand new condition. We have Rolex certified technicians working on that. We completely disassemble the piece, we adjust and polish and change every single part of the watch.
You have to have certified watchmakers that know what they're doing. If you have an expensive car, you're just not going to bring it to any mechanic that doesn't know what they're doing.
You spend $5,000, it's like if you put money in the safe deposit box. And 1 or 2 years from now, you will keep having your $5,000. We have to spend a lot of money to get all this equipment together, but makes me feel I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. It's not a question of money, it's my passion.
Jewelers on time, simply the best.